Of course, both public and private sector entities don't operate in a vacuum. They operate in the context of the mega trends of the 21st century. And those mega trends are inter alia the global financial crises, climate change crisis, radical transparency. We've seen with social media, if people think they can keep secrets in their corporate closets, they must think again. Companies during the year and in strategizing need to be informed about what are the needs, interests and expectations of their stakeholders. Otherwise, the oversight that they have over management and management's proposals, strategic proposals, is not an informed oversight. So at every board meeting there should be an agenda item, which wasn't before, stakeholder relationships. I think this is a critical issue. Corporate stakeholder relationship officer is a very experienced executive, preferably someone who's been the CEO of a company, who's got a great understanding of the relationship between a company and its stakeholders, who is a good communicator, who can talk continuously on an ongoing basis, talk to stakeholders identified by the company and relevant to the company's business about what the company wants of them, and then learn of their needs, interests and expectations. He informs management of this. You will immediately appreciate management can now develop strategy, short, medium and long term, on a much more informed basis. If the board is informed at each board meeting on the agenda item stakeholder relationships about what are the legitimate needs, interests and expectations of stakeholders, their oversight and agreement to the strategic proposals of management is much more informed. So that's the one base, that's during the year of operation. The millennials of today as directors of the future do not concern me because their mindset is changed. What concerns me is changing the mindset of existing board members, because unfortunately my generation and your generation, we were taught differently. We were taught value is the present value of discounted future cash flows. So we looked at it through a financial lens. Whereas value today is seen as how the company makes its money and how in doing so it impacts on those three critical aspects: financially, socially and environmentally. What is it that is material in the sense of impacting on value creation short, medium and long term? Because that's really, you can have a company that can make $100 million bottom line, but is having such a negative impact on society and environment. You look at that total value, it's actually destroying value. Now that kind of entity, you and I, and certainly the millennials, won't tolerate in society in the next decade.